Hey, it's Joey from Imzz Elite, and we're back in the shop today with the 2018 Streetbob. We're going to get this fender removed, and I'm going to show you how to install one of our full fender kits. So let's get to it. Makes it a little easier to go through and break all these loose before you get it off completely, so you're not having to fight everything. Once you get everything broken loose, you can go ahead and pull all 4 of your strut bolts, and we're gonna pull everything. Before we do that, if you come over on this side here, you're gonna have the same 3 plugs. You'll have your 2 blinker plugs and then your tail light plug. We'll just go ahead and disconnect all 3. Make sure you hold the fender just so it doesn't take off on you. These last 2. As long as all your wires are clear, you'll have a zip tie up in the front where it's zip tied to the brace. You'll have to just take a pair of flush cuts or some dikes and just snip that zip tie. That way your harness isn't still attached to the bike. Take our whole rear fender assembly off. Go ahead and throw a blanket or a towel or something down on the workbench. We can throw this fender up there upside down. And now that we got it up here, you'll see on the inside here, you got 2 button head Torx bolts. You'll have to remove those. So we'll just go ahead and do that now. Those are gonna be your T40. Alright, now that we got those inside button heads removed, we're gonna go and get our strut bolts out. He's got leather pros, so we have some button head stainless hardware in here. But normally on your stock setup, it's gonna be some more button head Torx bolts. Just gonna take a T45 and back those out and take the fender strap off. Since I already broke these loose before we pulled everything off, just back these bolts out. You're gonna have a fender strap in here. Once you get those 2 bolts out, the strut will just come right off. For you guys with stock blinker setups, you're gonna have your blinker routed through here, and then there will be a bolt through here, 5/16. You're gonna take a T40 and undo that, and you'll be able to pull these stock blinkers out of the side. And then on the on the left side it'll have the blinker and the plate mount. So it'll be the same thing. You'll pull that one bolt and the whole plate mount and the light will come off. You just lift these foam retainers and you'll be able to pull all the wiring out. Like on this one, he's got some alloy art strut blinkers. Show you guys how we get that all removed. Now we can take these struts and just set them aside. Get your blinkers all removed from it. So we're gonna go ahead and get these alloy art strut blinkers off of here, and we'll show you how to move forward. Now that we got our struts all separated and the blinkers removed, we'll have to get these fender straps popped out of here. So he's got a little stunt scrape plate that's been modified to allow the strap in there. So we'll get that strap popped out and we'll show you how we install it in the new fender kit. All right, now we got our stock blinkers removed, stock license plate frame, gotten our struts separated from the strap and the fender. We're gonna reuse these. We're not gonna reuse the two button heads on the inside of the strut. You're just gonna go ahead and scrap those with your lights. Now the easiest way is to take your new fender kit, set it all upside down, just like how we took the stock one off. We'll go ahead and reinstall all these how it was. You have no wiring or anything that you have to fish back through your struts this time. Our whole fender kit will come with the harness already taped in, so it's going to be just plug and play. Take your fender straps, pop them back in. As long as you're careful, obviously you'll be receiving this fully paint matched typically. This is going to be the best way to save your paint, so you're not trying to squeeze this fender in between two struts. You'll be able to just assemble it fully on the bench here and it'll all slide right back on. Again, get these started just to hold everything in place. Now once you get here, we can throw a little Loctite on our bolts and then we'll button everything up and we'll get it on the chassis. Just throw a small dab of red Loctite on those. Not too much or you'll get it stuck in that fender strap and it'll be a nightmare to remove. Run those in as far as we can by hand. Well, we got everything started. Go ahead and get this all pushed back on the bike and then we can torque those down fully. Now you'll see the little notch here for the shock. You're just going to want to make sure this harness is pulled up through there before you get it all in. do is we'll come down just below the little track for the struts. And everything's gonna just slide into place. We want to get at least 2 of these bolts started by hand. Now that we got the 2 front bolts and everything's hanging in place, we can get our back 2 bolts installed. Once your strut bolts are tight, here on the fender and on the frame, you're just gonna go ahead and take the 3 bolts, or the 3 plugs, I'm sorry, on your new harness. And everything is color coordinated. You got a black, a gray, black to black, gray to gray. Snap everything back into the factory housing. You have your last connector here. Pop that guy in. Lock it. We're ready to put the seat back on. Don't forget, you'll have to pop your factory seat nut out of there. You just go ahead and take the little plastic seat clip off. Pop that guy out. Now you got your seat, the little snap ring. And reinstall your seat. Your rubber down.